And so, we all get along well, we respect each other, and so we just talk, about life and football and whatever it comes, and he has great insight, so we're lucky to have his on. See, the follow-up would be, well, how many times do you guys talk? Because Pete Carroll said, no, that's not correct, we don't talk 3 times. What if they talk 5 or 6 times? What if it's actually more than that? How about that? I think we have people calling up to complain about the audio feed. Random caller, you're on the air. These are on-screen calls. Hello, random caller, you're on the air. Hello. Random caller. How you doing? Oh,
You just can't see the phone. It's there.
Some of this is automated. I think some of this is automated. Yeah, so there's automation. That's what you want. AI, you fire human beings, you get AI. That's what happens. Sometimes AI has some, and that happens. We have more people complaining. These are actual callers complaining about quality of the audio. And normally, this iHeart app is amazing. But I'm glad you're talking to people. Let me tell you, heads are going to roll. We're going to let corporate know that we are not going to stand for inferior audio. There's not going to have high standards here on the Mary Nagler Show. Let's go to Timothy, who's in Portland, Oregon. He's also complaining. Hello, Timothy. What does it sound like? Does it sound like Rice Krispies? Oh, yeah. Snap, crackle, and pop, man. How you doing? All right. Well, apparently not good if I sound like I'm in a bowl of Rice Krispies. You don't believe this guy? Wait a minute, Lorraine, you don't believe this guy? He sounds like he's coming right now. Yeah, Lorraine doesn't have oh, it sounds good now, right? Okay. Right now it sounds good, but I listened to the iHeart app, and it's also Jake Spence and my comment for the last couple of days. Oh, this is not new. No. So I tried to talk to they're like, everyone tell us if it's bad, and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, let us know. We're not listening to it. How the hell would we know? We're not actually listening to it. We're doing it. So there's no way we know if it sucks. Thank you, Timmy. We'll make sure this is fixed right away. In fact, I'm going to wake up some corporate weasel right now. I thank you. All right. Yeah, I've been to the iHeart headquarters in Manhattan, the iHeart building in Manhattan. They have the master computers of the iHeart network. And it sounds really sexy, but it's just these giant, it's like I forget what floors it's on, but it's in the iHeart building, which is in lower Manhattan, which is not the good part of Manhattan, because it's the old part of Manhattan where the streets don't line up, and it was designed for like horses and crap like that, so it's really confusing. If you're not from there, you don't really know what to do. Anyway, and it's just a bunch of servers. It's just mostly a bunch of computer rooms, big giant rooms, and like as long as you can see floors and computers and all that. With more people complaining about the audio, let's go to Josh. It's the hour of complaints. Josh is in Orlando. Josh, what does it sound like, Josh? Boots on the ground. You know what? I'll tell you, Lorena sounds amazing and fabulous. You sound fantastic. And we had to blame anybody except we would blame Eddie. So, yes, I agree. Even though he no longer works here, let's blame Eddie Garcia. When in doubt, blame Eddie. I agree. That's a great thing. It's a solid thing, Josh. So, there's no way Lorena sounds good if everyone else sounds bad.
I don't know. It could just be my natural.
You're just trying to suck up. I don't see how Andrew and Baker, this guy always complains, but he's such a fanboy. What's going on, Andrew? What are you going to complain about? Go ahead. Hurry up. Okay, I heard it's been messed up since the October, but it's also messed up on AM 970 in Bakersfield. Oh my God, we are not. AM 970 in Bakersfield is messed up. Oh my God. Bakersfield is messed up. Holy crap, that's our most important affiliate. Bakersfield sounds bad. Right now, wake them up. All right, we're going to get to the bottom of this, Andrew. play-by-play, and he clearly had some kind of sinus infection, vocal situation, was not sounding particularly good. Doctor, I recommend raw garlic. It looked like he had either had laryngitis or he was just getting laryngitis, and for some reason he had to do the game because he only gets to do like one NFL game a year, and that was the night, and he did not want to miss his one NFL game a year. So much like me doing the show when I've had laryngitis, it's not good. And how about sign language from Justin Herbert, spotted by cameras walking in to the stadium in Vegas there, and he low-key gave the bird, underhand bird, hand down bird to the paparazzi. Yeah, that's your charged quarterback right there. He's going to get fined. It is the Bang and Maller Show. Straight ahead, we have Maller, the third degree, and here's the instant trivia. Blank became the first wide receiver in NFL history to record a block. What hour is it? Let's see if you find out here. Your season, your shot. The NFL season rolling, rolling, rolling. Every touchdown can bring you closer to a path with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props, with a thrill of life in-game betting.
Come on now.
With opportunities, all the lines.
Cheers. Drinking my drinks.
The Chargers, they're 2.5-point favorites against the Broncos coming up in week 3. Lines and odds subject to change. And new customers, this one's for you at just $5. Get $200 in bonus base.
Almost bottled English.
Sunday, take it from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download.
Ghetto. I can't be seen drinking Old English.
Let's go to Maller to get $200 off in bonus bets. Instantly, $200 bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday. Take it from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings. The crowd is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, Void, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer. Hey everyone, we're on YouTube. Yay! Just search Fox Sports Radio. How about this? But now instead of just your ears, we're letting you see us. There are all sorts of videos from your favorite shows and hosts. Fox Sports Radio on YouTube.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options for credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have
Belcher 4K, ultra wide 21. 9.8 everything now and drinking up everything. Eddie Belcher 4K, ultra wide 21. 9 everybody's hot today.
October 13th, the Raiders traded special teams player Elvis Patterson to Dallas. That's Charlie Kirk's birthday. Get the gloves, Ted. Let's go right-handed. My nipples look good. The Mighty Ducks won their first game the day Charlie Kirk was born. I'm 30 minutes into my show. I'm getting the scores at 2 a.m. 1 a.m. A lot of people saw how big my muscle is. Bro with toe surgery. I probably had a grade 1 turf toe on in the middle of my foot, not my actual toe. Or maybe it was the big toe. My turf toe injury is the least of my concerns. It's healed. It's healed. Get over it, Joe. I watch a lot of YouTube. I see the most successful people just are still just sitting in their room by themselves. It doesn't matter. Julian Assange. Ideally, I would edit Wikipedia articles, but I'm not on that level. USA would destroy China in war because Russia would help us, bro. Flip mode. Let's listen to it. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Even Dark Side Phil can sit and sing some Busta Rhymes, man. The Vera Lee ICP instrumental it took them 20 years to post that shit on YouTube. Man, you all got your shit already, man. We're still waiting for the Juggalo upload. I don't watch Shaggy in the Creek, okay? But I'm waiting for the real chops. Violent J said, fuck Detroit Lions. Violent J said, fuck the NFL. That's why I actually lost respect for Violent J, but Violent J owes me. It's nice to have receipts. Y'all can't catch it. Chargers 20, Raiders 9. I got the vape pen charging. My carts are goddamn hella low. But this still hits. I burned the terps. You can see the terps have been burned. It's 1 a.m. in the morning, and do you know where your son is? He's hitting burnt terps. I goose step. I do goose step. I want to reset my chat real quick before I proclaim this. I do goose step. What do you think Tyler Robinson is? A typical Nazi Jew hunter? No, a Nazi hunter. There's a Jew ass kisser. Found out he wasn't a member of the winning team. Nazi Hunters, man. Just like Mark Felton up in here. You could say his ideology is closest to Mark Felton. He's thinking he found man in Argentina. He's watching Inglourious Bastards too many times. Once is too many times. I got the scores at 104. I'm loaded, bro. The Giants are pretty much out the playoffs now. Brewers with a big win today. It was a competitive season in San Francisco baseball. I barely paid attention. The Dodgers were threatening 100 wins. They came into town to beat the Giants and then started tanking. Check out my Billy. Pull the vape. This vape pen up here is still charging. Yeah. That's what we're paying. Daily maintenance, preventative care and maintenance, PCMS. No class 3 leak on the battery. Where's my damn fucking chat? I said I goose fucking step, dude. And I don't see it. Where is Wilson, the king of Prussia, when you need him? See, the goose step is a Prussian tradition, not a German tradition. Where's my... It doesn't matter. I saw calls. I saw a bum's dick when I went out to get this beer. And it's the same guy. It's the same guy I posted in my most recognizable video in San Francisco. So I'm loading up my shorts real quick, okay? And this is other people's shorts. Yeah, I saw cock and balls on the way to buy some beer. Sitting in a chair is the fucking... Go back, way back to sitting in a chair vibes like Stalin. I just want to know whose names he was crossing out. I just know names that Stalin would cross out. I promise you the White Shadow would be on this Monday episode, but this is the current White Shadow gimmick now. Joseph Stalin. Stalin crossed out his own name and prior nicknames. Real name Vladimir. Let's see. What's Joseph Stalin's real name? Right now, Joseph Burrow is a Stalin. His comeback. I just want to hang out with my family. And they promised they would visit this year. And I said, nah. Wait. Super Bowl 50, get your ass over here. And nobody shows up. Hey, you know, the world is really big. I'm in San Francisco. Who cares where the fuck you are? You're nowhere. I love, stating my opinion to the T. Final Fantasy X, the hero, his name is Tedus, but hey, fuck the Japanese. They don't know how to speak English. They call him Tidus. If you're willing to call him Tidus, I'll watch your gameplay of Final Fantasy X, okay? But if you come in here talking about Titus, man, you can fuck off. You can literally fuck off. That's right. I think I'm planning an episode where a Final Fantasy X crazy talk. About that crazy talk. My brother was the master of it. He's a pale imitation. Tastes like mouthwash. I get a mouthwash effect holding beer in my mouth. I was watching some guy do a teeth whitening just today. It had 3,000 views. But dude's teeth were... Dude had some white teeth. He's using an electric toothbrush with hydrogen peroxide. And even Chaotic Bliss has stopped reviewing everything I mumble. I think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are the only healthy team. I mean, if Hamlin is still playing for the Damar Hamlin is still on the Buffalo Bills roster. He is no longer slated to be a starting safety. The Bills have Cole Bishop and Tyler Rapps expected to start in those deep defensive positions. Hamlin should still see the field, but less than in the last couple seasons. Come on, guys. You're being cruel to me. Just like my family. Everybody has a cruel family. Darkside Phil was saying his dad doesn't want to watch his show. Do you think his dad's doing it? Let's be honest. Do you think Darkside Phil's dad is relevant? No. If you're not online, if you're not accountable for what comes out of your mouth, you're not relevant. And that's what I'll tell my brother after he gets 1 million views on somebody else's channel. It's not even his channel. Now my brother has a brand new name. I just want to, ask my sister, who is this dude? I simulated next week's games. I have 3 road teams victory on the road. So I could tell you really quick. Favor the home team all next week, except for 3 teams on the road. I'm even picking the Rams to lose on the road, okay? My road picks. I'll take Green Bay on the road. I'll take the Colts on the road. Ironically, I'll take Atlanta on the road in Carolina. They already got 1 win. Panthers ain't got shit, bro. At this way, Andy Dalton will probably come check into this game. He hasn't played half a game He threw 2 passes in the Cowboys game versus Atlanta. I think that was 5 years ago. He played Cowboys versus Atlanta. So, every other game, I don't have to mention it. I'm only calling 3 teams on the road to win. That's it. I think the cup is starting to smell funny, scary. Dishwasher. Dude, I live in a hotel, bro. I can barely find a washing machine to do clothing. For clothing, let alone a goddamn dishwasher. Dishwasher? You're out of your fucking mind, dude. You're out of your fucking mind if you think there's a public dishwasher. You couldn't find a fucking ice machine in San Francisco. Me personally, I know who has an ice machine and who doesn't, okay? We're gonna go an hour, 15 more minutes. Nobody wants to bother me. Why are you watching? You're supposed to be like, whoa, I caught some guy sitting around by himself. You know what? Most people stream without being pestered. I've shut up my audience, my trolls. People accusing me of stolen valor. They all got a big shut the fuck up moment. Let's check the analytics on my videos. I see I keep getting up to 4 viewers. Use a punk. You don't even paint your face. Use a punk to me. I'm at 52 views in 46 minutes. I can actually laugh at you now. I'm still averaging 1 view per minute. It also entertained. I love spinning my mouse. I mean, maybe the new Nintendo control with this rotating mouse. It could be a new input method. Can't do that on Nintendo 64. Spin heavy barrel. Good game. You spin in the arcade. I played a lot of heavy barrel. You had to spin the joystick. But you could walk and spin at the same time. It was nice. I think Displaced Gamers or Behind the Code did an episode on Akari Warriors where if you rotate the stick, it only goes like 66% of the way. It does you have to do like 1.5 rotations to do a full rotation in game. Same as using a targeting computer. Stuff Luke Skywalker would think about. See, Skywalker was aiming the photon torpedo to hit the weak spot of the Death Star, but he was using his hands. There's this big zoom in on his face, but Luke is using his hands to fly. He's not a Robotech pilot. He have the Veritech to the X. Read your thoughts. Detroit. Yeah. The Zentradi were defeated, or were they? Just Google. Zentradi. Cancel that search with the Pookie. I want to click on this Elden Ring screen, Gary.
Don't save. Hi, do you love boy? What? Boy as in the boyfriend? Hold on, guys. Let me put my image back again here. And we're good to go. I'm Peter Burkhausen. You're welcome, very much welcome.
Streaming with a voice changer. Relax your hand. What to do if China invades Taiwan? Who's posting this shit? R.I.P. Tomo News. Go for the other pen, Ted. I just hit this one. The red. I use blue. My debit card is blue. My political views are blue. Gaming should be illegal. The Japanese culture has a superior form of capitalism than Americans. Japanese people are never fired. Capitalism has more casualties and deaths. People die because of capitalism. There, I said it. Capitalism is the number one most deadly thing in the history of the world. And that's why I don't support capitalism. Do you think me working is going to change anything? I'll go back to Afghanistan and clean out that underpass. I was in Santa Monica. I got into a fight with a bum pushing a shopping cart. I was like, man, I'll fuck you up under this underpass, bro. I grabbed his cart and threw it right in front of the traffic. And then a cop car pulled up immediately. That bum came at me, and I'm like a coward, you know, I blocked the punch with my shoulder. But that was the best block I ever threw in my life. I'm not gonna let no bum punch me. I can block a bum's punch. I have taken Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. I have some Gracie Jiu-Jitsu training. Sorry. The secret, The main strategy of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is to choke you with your own shirt. Okay? As I'm sitting here without a karate gi or tank top or basic daily uniform or Levi jacket. Yeah, my Levi jacket is exceptionally tight on my shoulders. I can't wear a backpack because a backpack destroys my posture and makes my back hurt really bad. And I fatigue quickly in the field. But hey, that's a human trait. Everybody else is hopped up on goddamn drugs in the field. If it starts with caffeine, to drinking on duty, to fucking steroids in the army, to goddamn methamphetamines aren't even necessary. The U.S. Army doesn't need methamphetamines, guys. We will kick your ass out for fucking around with that shit. I mean, think about Austria manning the positions under artillery, but the infantry, the infantry would never come in, so the Austrian army would man the positions and there would never be an opponent. And eventually the Austrians would give up on manning the positions and then he'd send in the enemy. And then when it came to Yugoslavia, it's all about landmines. Landmines won't stop. Landmines suck, okay? The Bangalore torpedo is the superior dirt mover. The Japanese magnetic bombs. Bangalore torpedo is superior, that's right. I enjoy Magic the Gathering videos. I'm at 30% battery, at 57 minutes. My dead ass channel. I didn't die when I went to war though, so I don't give a shit about dying digitally. A man can only mumble to himself for so long. Can't wait to go hook up at Barbary Coast tomorrow. On a Tuesday, I haven't paid my rent, but I have my rent right here. This is an envelope, a blank envelope for rent. This is a money order in 720p. You can't see through it. You can't see the amount. It says how much to pay. $444 is what it says. But my rent is $404. So I just put 10% extra because I'm cool. I want to pay more. I want to pay extra. But I don't want to pay on time. You can take my late fee out of. I have no idea what my current balance in my bank is. But historically, in 10 years at San Francisco, I don't check my bank account until the 23rd. I would be flat broke on the 23rd. And I've already scheduled my budget. My budget is 2 packs a day. And I'm only smoking 1 a day right now. So 16 times 8 at best, you know. I get phantom dollars. Phantom dollars. I mean, I'm definitely in the plus where, you know, I feel like I've been neglecting my needs. I don't wash. I don't buy soap. I'm like Americans. The typical American is struggling. And I'm okay with that because I'm still ahead of the typical American who doesn't have their own private bathroom. At least I got my own private. I can go shit and take a long bath. Let's celebrate by running the hot water in the tub. You can listen to it as it's filling up. And I like that after a Steeler loss. You know, I want to melt this kiwi off my... I need to melt the kiwi off with the hot water. Let me stand up. I'm gonna go fill the bathtub up. I'm not approachable enough. Pookie. I've been watching Mundo NFL. It's all the highlights in Spanish. Women riders can now request different women drivers. I like that. But does that mean that women drive? You understand the basic concept, okay? I can tolerate a semi-attractive man. I'm not going to start beating on him or something like a typical American who wants to, you know, fly into piranha mode. So, you know, I'm safe on set in Prague around Natasha Tain. I'm waiting for a will call to have tickets to the West Philly Dungeon in Philadelphia. No, I'm not. Don't book me for Cream Pie Kathy. Okay, I need the Magenta Lex haircut. Okay, Pittsburgh. The only reason Johnny sins is the guy. It's because he's from Pittsburgh and they have different standards. They can do whatever they want. Talking to a lady of the night, Pittsburgh. Get ready for the Super Bowl prostitutes to come to San Francisco for the big game. Okay, we expect all the women to come. There'll be probably a percentage of attractive men coming. That's what and I'm done with it, that rant. At the 106 minute mark, do I like little boys? Hell the fuck no, I don't. I can't. I can barely stand dudes my age. They're all retarded. Okay, the dude. I put myself above every man on earth, man. Every single man has squandered their time at the top, except one. And I'm going to put one man over, and he is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. Matt Riddle with the giant dick. Because all he had to do was tell everybody how big his dick was and how much money he makes on OnlyFans. And you got Stevie Richards crying about his career's over. And Stevie Richards is living in the past. Stevie Richards, right to censor. He's trying to censor 2004, the Maven run, you know. But Matt Riddle is like straight reality. It's 2025. Matt Riddle has a giant dick, bro. Okay. Am I saying the right name? I'm just gonna ask Microsoft, because I'm not on Google. I'm asking Microsoft, how big is Matt Riddle's dick? And I'm asking the AI right now. Matt Riddle is occasionally mentioned in online fan discussions. They're having a relatively large. I mean, I'm not. That's what you know. If you want to know, I mean, I've never seen Matt Riddle's dick, right? But you know, speculation is Matt Riddle has the big dick. All right. So. The world's not waiting to find out anything else. They want, you know, the Epstein list can go jack off. Everybody wants to know how big Matt Riddle's dick is. Okay. You closet gold dust cocksuckers. You'd rather go suck on a nylon panties. Because that's just panties. You're not actually, there's no actual dick in your mouth. You just suck on a gold, you know. Fuck the WWE. As soon as they get one guy with a giant dick, they get rid of him. I guess I am liberal. And we are going to win. You didn't know? Liberals are still going to win. I don't see some shithead from Utah as a liberal defeat. I don't see it. There's plenty. The liberal can virtue signal just as well as the capitalist. I love Charlie Kirk, and I have never seen anybody get sniped. That's the most close-up highest frames per second I've ever seen of a single shot. Okay, and I've probably only seen it in 720p or 480p enhanced. I haven't seen no 1080p video because it's a goddamn horizontal video. Nobody ever complained that the camera wasn't, turn your camera sideways for the goddamn shot. And no, I'm not a sex offender. I'm sorry. I went down to the San Francisco police station just so I could have them run my shit. I was like, hey guys, I went down to the police station and I wanted to check in if they were looking for me, and they said, nah, we're not looking for you. And then I found her. I found Dory. And then you found me. And I sat here for a goddamn hour and nobody would say shit. Until they accused me of being a sex offender and a liberal. I might have conservative values too. I might be a goddamn warmonger. As a matter of fact, you add that to your notes. I'm a warmonger. And I'm a male chauvinist. Which is one of the first labels I got in the early 80s. Shout out to the early 80s where a man could just be a chauvinist and nobody would fucking care. I need a third world woman. But I never had a woman in California. These California girls are so full of shit, dude. You have to understand why Bin Laden was mad at the Western woman. Okay? You have to understand my army unit supported Bin Laden's forces in Yugoslavia. My unit was sent to hunt down Bin Laden. I was sent into Afghanistan to support that mission. And we got our guy, okay? You wanna fuck with me, bro? I got credit for capturing Bin Laden and Saddam. Okay? All of Fort Hood got credit for Saddam. And I'm just gonna credit everybody that went to Afghanistan for credit for Bin Laden. Okay? We got him in Abbottabad. We got him in Pakistan. We thought he was in Baluchistan. I still get the news from Baloch. Shout out to my Balochistan cons. The con. Is my bathtub getting full? Can you hear that? The tub's almost ready. It's gonna melt the dirt right off my body. Should I get a suntan? It's too late. It's almost winter. So I got credit for Bin Laden, and you was a punk. You literally trash to me. You literally trash next to me, bro. I'll fucking come get anybody on the fucking face of the earth. Okay. Send me in to raid. You send in the raider. You find out who the raider fucking is. Okay. I got my credit, okay? It's just too early. Everybody else on the mission is low key. Don't tell anybody, man. I need safe passage in the city when I'm shopping with plastic. Everybody on Fort Hood got credit for capturing Saddam. Okay? Sorry. But everybody on Fort Hood didn't get credit for Bin Laden. Only my unit was tracking them since '95, guys. And of course, I didn't always recognize or realize. But, you know, we do some investigations. We see what my unit was doing. I was sitting in the company office, right, and the phone would ring, and it would be like somebody in Kosovo. I've been getting all these phone calls from Kosovo. It's nice to survive your missions when other people didn't. See, my unit, we lost people. That could have been me, man. That literally, I switched spots with that girl. She's dead, bro. I know dead girls who died in Iraq, man. You ain't nothing to me, bro. When I die, I get to be with Benitez. I don't want to be with you, okay? You're not worthy. I can go to heaven or hell. I'll be chilling with the U.S. Army wherever I fucking go. You ever heard of that concept? Is that heaven is an awesome place, but the U.S. Army is not to be fucked with, bro. We will fucking be in formation, straight up, okay? Against all the Romans, against all the Persians, the goddamn Ming Chinese, the Mongols, the Aztecs. Dude, we can all line up. I ain't lining up with you fucking civilian shitheads when I get to heaven, okay? To line up information with a bunch of shitheads, I would never do that. Okay? I don't want to go to heaven if I have to line up with a bunch of YouTubers, okay? It's the NFL YouTube takeover. The NFL is run by the fucking Pentagon. Okay? The Pentagon simulates war games across America. It's Pennsylvania versus the world, bro. Pennsylvania done fucked up. They should have let Cincinnati win years ago. They had the chance. If Cincinnati had won years ago, we could have all gone back to the farm. There won't be a farm by the time Cincinnati wins it. Maybe next year. Maybe if they surgically remove Joe Burrow's toe so it doesn't hurt anymore. Fuck what you know, bro. You think they're gonna heal? He's gonna heal that shit, bro? He's gonna be the first quarterback in all time to have one toe, one big toe. They're gonna call him Toe Burrow. One Toe Burrow. Okay. He's gonna get a Purple Heart for playing versus who? The Jags? The Jags just ate his toe off. Ate that toe. Joe said, I'll take a sack, but this time he was like, I'm not taking this sack. I'm taking a broken toe with home tonight. Joe Burrow, dumbass I've ever seen. And I'm a goddamn shill. I'm a stooge for Cincinnati Bengals, but I just cannot support Joe Burrow in 2024 or 23 or 22 or 2019 or 2020, 2021. The last good Bengals team was 2018. What the fuck do you know? You don't know. I nailed your ass. You don't know shit. You casually watch my football team. Please watch. I think I watch this goddamn news. Like Charlie Kirk. See, Kirk. You don't watch the NFL. You know what that means? It means there's no fucking television in my room, okay? I am Charlie Kirk now. Charlie Kirk wanted to invite the Packers to San Francisco to shut these Democrats up. Segregation. Hunter's point. The Packers wouldn't sell a home to a black free agent. Just because the Packers might be looking at you doesn't mean that a real estate agent is, okay? You understand? They don't want your kind in Green Bay. There, I said it. That's the reports I get from other people. And you know what? They will back it up. Green Bay real estate agents have always hated selling to black people. Even if you're on the fucking football team, they actively they do not support their own team. They don't. My spit is making my phone glitch. These are what I've heard. I've only heard from reliable sources. Be hooking up at 8 a.m. I love hooking up at 8 a.m. I'll be there. Pasadena has the largest percentage of black people in California. Way more than Oakland. You think Oakland has the highest percentage of black people? No, it's Pasadena. That's where I'm from. I spit right on the camera. That was epic, bro. Yeah, I spit twice today. That's called indecent assault. But for theatrical purposes, I needed to, because that's what you think of me. You think you can spit on me? Call me a baby killer? Get ready for the National Guard. You just a Detroit 69, bro. You just a Philip Barnell 220. You just Felix from the Stray Kids. The future is here. I mean, the kids born today will be here in 80 years, and I have roughly 30 years. I don't think I'll live past 80. Be reasonable. I got 30 years left, which means I try to pace out my content. This is a demo speech for something. I'll say again. I'll tell you again in case you didn't hear clearly. It was a little static. Don't worry, the computer, the AI, the script extractor will handle it in post-production. Check out my IMDb page. And I could have just been cool and played Shaman on World of Warcraft with my mouth shut. Let's Google How long will WoW be free? When does the current World of Warcraft free up to level 20 phase end? It might be indefinite. It really, at the current state, if I was Blizzard, I would set it for indefinite. The summary of AI says for as long as you like. There's banks and stuff on a character. I have bank access. That's better than nothing. Can't use the mailbox. I'm a mailman in the army. I like the mailbox. I'm really big about using the mailbox in World of Warcraft, but not in real life. I don't. Where's the key? The key to my mailbox is in my room somewhere. I'm not going to prioritize this location. It's here. Unlike my other beanies, all my other do-rags I've seem to have lost, and I can't find one online for under $10. I'm not willing to pay $20 for a new do-rag. Can you hear the ocean in this? Good hang. Let me check the statistics on my episode. It's my thumbnail. Didn't make a difference. Okay, analytics. You're up late. I am up late. Young me. I can't, sleeping is just not important. I sleep too much during, I sleep when other people are busy, and people are not as busy as they used to be. And, something new. The world needs something new. That's all. I really feel that we have so many old. The NFL is old, okay, and maybe you missed out on a lot of the seasons. 106 seasons is a lot. If you ask me who won any particular year, I'll probably have the accurate answer. I know every 106 season. I've done research on all 106 seasons. And the 1937 season might be the craziest. Because I'm going to look it up right now. 18th season. Redskins beat the Bears in 1937. Let's look at the 36th season. 36. I'm gonna have to restart my search. The 1934 Bengals. '33 Bengals. Same. bathtub is almost full. (1941) Bengals. Pro Football Archives has it. They played the Columbus Bulls, the Buffalo Tigers, the New York Americans, the Columbus Bulls, the Buffalo Tigers, the Milwaukee Chiefs twice in a row. They beat Buffalo at Xavier in Cincinnati. The Dairy Bowl. Who remembers the Dairy Bowl? Yankee Stadium versus the All-Americans on Sunday, November 30th, 1941. Jobbers to the Stars. We got one win. 41 Bengals. One win. Let's look at the previous season. The 1940 season. One win. Versus Boston at Langley Field. Never heard of it. Let's look at the previous season. 5-2. 1939 Bengals. Good team. 5-2. They started the East Chicago Indians in Cincinnati. They played fucking 6 home games in a row. That's crazy. They won 2 of them. The third one was canceled versus the Cardinals at Xavier Stadium. St. Louis Gunners is that on the road in St. Louis. They won. They won the last. Then they go to play in Indianapolis. They beat the Indiana. They beat Wisconsin. The Kenosha Cardinals. They beat a team in Wisconsin. Then they go back to Kansas City. Wow, I mean, the 1939 Cincinnati Bengals 4-game winning streak to finish the season versus St. Louis, Louisville, Milwaukee, St. Louis. Nice, strong season. Goddamn 5-2. Goddamn 5-2. But I see 6 wins on the schedule. I see 6 wins here. Why do I? How could it be a 5-2 season if I see 6 wins on the schedule? Well, you know, what site is this? ProFootballArchives.com. 1939 Bengals season. Not entirely accurate statistics. Look at the previous season from the. What is this? (1938) Bengals with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game winning streak at home versus Chicago Gunners, Chicago Bears, Youngstown Bulldogs, Pittsburgh Pirates, Los Angeles Bulldogs, and then the Boston Shamrocks. Then they go 1938 Bengals go on the road to Los Angeles and lose 17-48 at Gilmore Stadium to the Bulldogs. And they follow that up by a win on the road in St. Louis before they go back to Cincinnati for the final 2 games of the 19. See, one of the things I miss about World War II is that there's always like a football game going on during the battle, right? So I want to know. I mean, these are 1938 Bengal games. There has to be people shooting each other at the same time. It would be the middle of the night on the other side of the planet. But hey, that's when you do your troop movements. My bathtub it's getting musty in here. I feel a dangerous shower vapor. It got me because the shower vapor got me way before I started vaping. It's like that Vicks vapor rub that's coming out the bathroom, man. The shower vapor, man. My brother took a shower now the house is full of. It wasn't even me. I didn't run the shower. Now the shower vapor's got my lungs. I got aqua lung. See how my battery's about to die on my phone too. So, take the battery. What the hell is that? They got 1%. Oh, 1%. Can I plug it in time? I did. I plugged it in time. So, I'm 10% faster than the phone. That's how I like to hit my pack, just like. You want one? Probably not. Well, this is my office. My office. Okay. Gotta get in the tub. Check out the valve. Check out the valve. Why people don't want to have a belt when they go out, I don't understand. I might need it. I could need that belt. I could be trapped in a forest. I might need that. I drank everything I want. I drank all my shit. My shit's all gone. I drank everything. The show's winding up. Winding up the show. The optical illusion is lost. inappropriate as humanly possible. Think about the ocean. Good graphics. Yeah. Picture. I took. That's a picture from 1999 when I came to San Francisco. Ironically, I guess it was on top with this. I was looking down. When you look down like on the Golden Gate Bridge, you see that a bunch of rocks. But I also took this picture. It's a building. It's just on the same day. You can see part of the Golden Gate Bridge is right here. Two pictures from the same day. Here's the post office in Afghanistan. Yeah, Afghanistan post office. Afghanistan post office. Folding chairs is all about. Look, you can see my TV. I actually have the TV set up. The TV, and I've got something on it. I don't see the GameCube hooked up. No GameCube in that picture. I need to shave my belly. Nothing is nicer than a good belly shave. Yeah. Brand new. Clean. You're really letting it grow down. I usually shave it down. I should get rid of all that right there. You really can't see how much. Here's where it tickles. It hits nerve. It hits nerves. Yeah, that's okay. The phone tipped forward. Should I shave? Should I shave most? Cutting up on the thickest part right there. Shaving my belly. Getting the beer belly? Not really. Not really. Optical illusion. I don't believe it. That's I'm not getting fat. That's a regular human physique. Yeah, that's right, guys. Typical American dad. I'm not worried. My phone is not gonna sit still. Let me look at that. And we're still 1%. but it's turning on. I can't leave it. I need to be in the hot water. Yeah, good episode. Couldn't make it 2 hours. 77 views is what I see. Refreshing. Good episode. Get this pain off me. Yeah. I had to be in the kitchen eating dinner with other people. Lunch. What is Tuesday? Chicken. That's the end of the episode.